A time will come. We will all have to give an account. The Lord will come back. Everybody will give an account of how they spent their life. The accesses that you were given, the positions that you were given. A lot of people sometimes might ask me that why am I pushing to ensure that our Father in the Lord is able to, for example, surprise us in September. And I have a very simple understanding. Because I know that I will give an account when I get to heaven. You were the GO son. I'm not aiming to become a GO. No, that heart, that shoe, that shoulder. It's a lot to carry. Especially when you see it from the back end. That even at 83, almost 84 in a few weeks, you are still doing dry fast. When the rest of your friends are retiring and chilling. You are still waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning to go for prayer walks because there's over 20,000 churches that are in one side and then the rest of the body of Christ as well that are also calling you Father that you have to pray for. When you receive messages that there's an hurricane that is going through us a nation and you need to go and beg God to divert the wind, to shift it in another way because you have children there. Where you would be feeding millions of people during programs and then you are there doing dry fast and at the end of all the cows that have been killed, nobody even managed to save one tail for you or anything. And they are all eating. Even by the time you have to eat, you can only drink pap for the first 3-4 days. And moi, and you're just looking at everybody. And people think it's humility. They don't know that you have been so hungry for so long that you can't even speak or shout. I know I will give an account. The work is plenty. Why won't I bring the GO to come and say our beloved pastor and his wife? Why won't I plead and make sure there's a diversion? Because they are doing the same assignment that we are doing, but we can't do it all by ourselves. An account will be asked that when you were the GO son, what bridges did you bridge? What did you do exactly to be able to help the body of Christ with that position? That full understanding sitting in the back of my head, the accesses that you have, did you allow other people in?
Welcome back to the moment of truth and enlightening class. My people, you heard Leke Adeboye. He gave the reason why he cannot be the next general overseer. And all the reasons are all lies. It has nothing to do with him taking over. Because Redeem wasn't set up that way. It's not the system of Redeem. Because Redeem is franchise. And the BB people, BB names that are in Redeem cannot be managed by this son of Adeboye. He said his father is praying and diverting hurricane in the UK, in the USA, because his children, his churches are there. Lies. The same father now that is still fasting, doing dry fast at 83, going to 84. And people will see him looking humble. They think he's humble. His humbleness and not knowing that is hunger that is wiring Baba. All is trash, my people. They are all trash. People are bashing Adeboye online now because he's been praying for Naira to dollars exchange rates. Since how many years now? Nothing is shifting, no. Nothing is happening, oh. Naira/dollar exchange rate. We have to pray to God with all our strength. Pastor Adeboye urges Nigerians. Nigerians say, make you go sit down somewhere. So this is how they respond to Adeboye, because this is not the first time. This is the same man that is praying, diverting hurricane. His prayer has not changed Naira to dollars. Even when he prophesy, go and search it. It's there, online, everything. Just go into mud. Nothing is happening. So, Nigerians are tired of all these noises. Adeboye's son is repeating all the lies of the father, and that's the problem. And I'll read it to you. So, someone answer him. Under good luck, Ebele Chukwu Jonathan, when 1 pound was 200 naira, this Yoruba pastor refused to pray for good luck and his government. Instead, he kicked good luck out from office. Under Tinubu, 1 pound is now 2,200 naira. And Adeboye remembers that we should pray for the Naira and Tinubu's government. Yaribas are not good people. Yaribas destroyed Nigeria. Yaribas are the problems of Nigeria. So he wrote that, and people start talking. Don't mind him, John. So another one wrote, I can't agree less. The hatred against Jonathan was satanic in nature, and no amount of hypocrisy from the pulpit now will erase the truth. Another one wrote, I thought he will ask us to pray for the persecuted Christians in the northern Nigeria. What does the price of dollars has to do with the current security challenges facing Nigeria? Why is the spiritual leaders not concerned about the current challenges? Another one wrote, hope you know he's a businessman. Another one wrote, business center church. Exactly, oh. That is what is going on, oh. Nigeria are not stupid anymore, oh. So, he is behind, allegedly, he is behind Remi Tinubu plan to go to Donald Trump annual prayer breakfast in the USA, because it's common sense. Everybody knows that there's no way he will be there, she will be there, and they will announce to Donald Trump that, oh, so person is here, and Donald Trump will not recognize her. So it's all diplomacy. But to God be the glory, it backfired, and we are getting all this from people that cares about Nigerians and Nigeria. Although they say they have intention, they have this, they have that, at least they are helping us to drag them online, and that is something. So let me read it to you. I've posted a video about it, but still let me read it to you. The 9 million prayer scam, how Tinubu bought Trump's praise, why Nigerians bonds. So, National Prayer Breakfast. Nigeria territorial demons were stopping Pastor Remi Tinubu prayers, so she had to go to the US to pray. That's Chief something wrote that. Bad wife, bad leader. First Lady of Nigeria was in America, and they wanted to come to my show to talk about religious freedom. I said, I'm not gonna give them my platform to cover up what they are doing in Nigeria. Toni Perkins. Some Nigerians, they didn't like it. But some of us, we embrace it, because RCCG is about cover up, about lies and all that, and some Nigeria responded to that, like husband, like wife. Another one wrote, yes, behind every bad leader is a bad wife. Another one wrote, see her snake eyes, child. Another one wrote, good one, sir, may God deliver Nigeria from them. So everybody start talking. The cocoa of today, if I still have the time, I want to read the memo. The RCCG hierarchy, not all of them, but at least the what I have access to today. So Remi Tinubu, I don't care if they record. We will inherit all the Igbos in Lagos, and God will see to it. So, the husband and wife, somebody recorded their conversation, but Remi says she doesn't care. So, let's move on. The hierarchy, this is the memo. The Redeemed Christian Church of God. It's Church of Adeboye o. So you will see the from where it came from. You see everything for yourself. Please read it. You don't have the time to read everything. Let me read the cocoa now. The names that I promised my people that I will bring out to you all, and their position in the public office. Names of RCCG pastor in APC government. Remi Tinubu, First Lady, ordained RCCG pastor. We know that. Kayode Adeolu Egbetokun, Inspector General of Police, a member with RCCG. Ola Olukoyede, EFCC chairman, RCCG pastor. I've done a video where Olukoyede was preaching. So he preaches in some churches before he was elected. Adeboye Benjamin's Laniyi, FCTA, Women Affairs Mandate Secretary and RCCG pastor. Lawrence Bayode, Deputy Director, INEC ICT, described in some sources as RCCG pastor. Dayo Istre, APC National Youth Leader, described in some posts as RCCG affiliated under Buhari. Yemi Osinbajo, Vice President of Nigeria, also RCCG pastor. Babatunde Fowler, Acting Chairman, Federal Internal Revenue Service, RCCG pastor. Ben Akabuese, Special Advisor on Planning to the President, RCCG pastor. Laolu Akande, Spokesperson to Nigerians Voice President, RCCG pastor. Okechukwu Enalame, Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, RCCG pastor. So you could see why Adeboye feels untouchable and he can enter any office. There's a name that they didn't mention. That is Durotoye. We all know Durotoye is a pastor. He was one of the presidential candidates, I think 4 years, in 2018, I think. Yes. So in the video I posted about Ashimolowo trying to sell his land, his unprofitable lands to people in order to put them in trouble in Lagos. So someone wrote this. This guy been preaching wealth creation for over 25 years. Listen to him at your own risk. Invest in Macarius to your own loss. I remember in 2010, thereabouts, when Durotoye came to preach Vision 2020 to us in RCCG camp, telling us Leke will be like Dubai, that we should invest. Well, this is 2026 and we can see how Leke is a glorified slum. No pot.
These are pictures of what we saw earlier today. Some communities in Lagos State are experiencing flooding as a result of heavy rains, which lasted for several hours. One of the worst hit areas is the Leke axis along Leke-Ajah Highway in Lagos.
Table water, flood everywhere, bad roads everywhere, stinking, and we also see how they are demolishing properties because most were built without government approval. You see, my people, this is an enlightened class. So if you say they are talking too much. And You see what Remi Tinubu is saying?
President Trump has also threatened further strikes in Nigeria if
they are working with the government in that area.
Yeah, so would Nigeria welcome that deeper
We
U.S. involvement?
We did. It was quite a blessing. You know, whatever is happening, you know, at times, who would have, you know, you said President Trump recognized me. Who would have thought that would happen, to even say the least? So when you look at that, you know, I'm getting global recognition in all of it, you know, despite, and that is what life is all about. If something is going to be good, it will come from, you know, the rebels, you know, and it starts like that. And then we have that attention, we have the conversation going, and we expect, you know, there will be more, you know, it's going to yield a better fruit for us, and both for us and also America.
That's just them for you. That's Adeboye, that's RCCG, and that's why they are destroying Nigeria. For their own gain, their own recognition. They have nothing to offer you. Nothing to offer anybody. You have to know God for yourself, because God is not in the coven of Adeboye. RCCG belong to Adeboye. They all calling themselves GO. Why are you not asking yourself this question now? If they are the GO, so who is God? Who is Jesus that died for us, for our sin? So who is Jesus? So it's very simple. They are the GO, they are the gods, and they are being celebrated everywhere, and that's it. And they are using their position at the expense of people's lives. People are dying, they are perishing. They don't care. They just want to stay there. They just want to be in your face. They want to be the focus. I hope you learned something today, my people. I still have a lot to read to you. That'll be in my next video. Bye for now.